All right, people, what's going on? It is Thursday, December 12th, 2024. It's 1:30 p.m. here in Germany. This is the Insanity Report for today. Today we're going to be talking a little bit about the Syrian asylum seekers here in Germany or in Europe in general, but basically Germany, because Germany essentially opened the floodgates to them in 2015 and has essentially let in, I think, 1 million Syrian asylum seekers. Half of which are on government money, which means we're paying for it. The people that are working in this country are paying for the whole lives, the whole existence of about 500,000 Syrian migrants because they aren't working. Now, yes, I get it. People are going to say, especially people in the States, are going to say, well, you know, if they're not working, they must be ill or sick or something, because otherwise, how do they survive, right? Well, they survive because they don't have to work. They're not forced to work, and their rent and extra, they basically have the minimum income possible for free. They have housing for free. They have grocery money for free. Their water gets paid. Their rent gets paid. Pretty much everything gets paid. That's the way the social welfare system works in this country. But we got to remember, these people have not paid into the social welfare system. So there's a disbalance going on. But that said, I'm just explaining that part of it so you guys know kind of what the situation is in Germany. Now, as soon as Assad's regime fell last week, pretty much all of the politicians, a lot of the politicians, because it's also election season pretty much for them, because they're going to have snap elections in February because the government didn't last. It fell a month ago, I think. And so everybody's in election mode, and they're going to be promising everybody everything. And they know that the public in Germany is very, very pissed off about the immigration policies that this country has had over the past 10 years or so. They're very upset. The mass immigration, both legal and illegal, are causing massive problems. They're a big weight on the system, and we are footing the bill for all of it. You know, whether they are being put up in hotels or they're given money to be able to pay their rents if they found housing. There's too little housing for everybody. There's too little kindergarten spots for everybody. There's too little school spots for all the kids. The kids don't speak German. They're not forced to speak German. It's a fucking giant mess. The whole immigration thing is a giant mess. Absolutely. I'm pissed off about it. The German people are pissed off about it. Yes, this is true. So the politicians are now in election mode, and every time it's election mode, they'll promise anything to the people, but later when they're in power, they basically just take a fucking dump on the people's heads. That's what they do. They do that here in Germany. They've done that in America for years. Hopefully we're going to see a change there now, but it is disgusting. These fucking politicians here are absolutely morally corrupt. Every time that they get voted in, they do exactly the opposite of what they were voted in to do, and they don't give a fuck what their constituents or their people think. The only party that really is talking the talk, at least, of trying to change the country for the better and putting people with a little bit more brain power and knowledge and life experience in power and taking care of the problems that the regular establishment politicians don't want to take care of, is the AfD. Now, they are being painted, of course, by everybody, the media and the establishment people and the European uppity fucking non-elected people. They're being painted as far-right Nazis, just like Donald Trump was and the whole thing. It's the same playbook. I've been over that before, so you should know about it if you listen to my videos or watch my videos more often. But they're the only ones that are talking about the things that really upset the public, and immigration is one of them. And now, of course, the other parties are trying to jump on this bandwagon to take the wind out of the sails of the AfD. But what I don't get, right, and this is where I'm probably going to surprise a lot of people, right after, like the day after Assad left in Syria, a number of these politicians, including politicians from the party I support, which is the AfD, that's my party. These other people are establishment shills. The AfD has not been in federal power yet. I feel like they should get the chance to prove themselves and see if they're going to be able to make the changes that are necessary. But it's already been proven that the establishment parties can't make those changes. Not only can they not, they refuse to, even if they could. So they don't want to do it, right? They don't want to do the job that they're elected for. They want to get there. They want to do the moral finger wagging to everybody else, the virtue signaling, the social policies, the giving everybody money in order to buy their vote. That's what they want to do. That's not what the people want. The people want populist parties, and the AfD is the only populist party in Germany to choose from. That said, guys, it's not a good look to, right after Assad leaves and the civil war is essentially over, right, to say, okay, well, now we can get rid of all the Syrian refugees and the Syrian asylum seekers. We can round them up tomorrow and send them back to Syria. Their country needs them, and they need to help build up their own country again. Look, guys, that's not a good look. That's stupid. I think that's fucking stupid. Now, the AfD were not the only politicians that said it, but there was also the CDU politicians. There was a couple politicians from different parties that did come out and say that. But that, like, really, we got to be realistic, okay? Yes, there are way too many immigrants, way too many migrants, way too many asylum seekers, way too many illegals here in the country, right? Get rid of the illegals, fine, deport them, okay? Deport illegals, I'm all for it. But you can't just say, well, your reason for asylum is now over because Assad is gone, and so now we're going to get your ass on a plane and get you the fuck up out of here as soon as we can. That's crazy. That's crazy. Guys, just because Assad is gone, right now the United States is bombing in Syria. Israel is bombing the shit out of everything like they do to everybody. I don't know. That seems to be their new thing. They love to bomb everything. They want to bomb everybody. Israel wants to bomb everybody and everything. They don't give a fuck. They're bombing. Right now, a week after the fall of the government in the country, is not the time to be discussing sending back Syrian refugees. That's bananas. That's bananas. And it's a bad look for the AfD party, especially in this election season, to come out with that now. They should have shut the fuck up. I get it. They think that. I mean, I get the sentiment, right? But it's just not a good look to come out and say it. Okay? Because it's crazy. It's madness. You can't just send everybody back. Now, to stimulate people who want to go back and help with the rebuild of their country, all for it, right? See, and the politicians are using phrases like, well, there's the Syrians that are celebrating the fall of Assad, they should go back voluntarily if they're so happy about it. Yeah, look, guys, it's possible to have two things at once be true. It's possible that you are happy that the Assad regime is gone, right? And you don't want to live there anymore. Those things are possible, okay? And right now, the country is still being bombed. There's still fighting going on. Nobody can go back. Where are they going to go? Do they even have houses? Is the shit where they used to live even still there? Like, okay, and the politicians are like, well, we'll give them $1,000. Well, how the fuck, what's $1,000 going to do, right? If you send them back in a country where there's nothing, right? There's got to be some sort of program from their side, from the side of Syria that says, look, we're going to house people. We need our people back. And they have called for that. Like the new government, I don't know, the rebels that took over, they even put out a call and said, look, to all the refugees that left the country during Assad's regime, please come back. We need your help to rebuild. And I get that, but do they have a plan to house these people? Where are they going to go? Can they feed them? How risky is it? Is it still a lot of fighting going on? Do they need weaponry? Are they getting ready to go get sent on a front line somewhere? I mean, these people, the rebels, are also, ISIS figures and Al Qaeda figures and terrorist figures. Who knows? And it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous for these people to say, yeah, let's start talking about sending these motherfuckers back right now. That's crazy. That's crazy. I mean, and it's crazy that they don't even. They're so focused on trying to win the election again, to be in power. They want to be in power. They want to be in power. You know what I mean? And I'm not talking about the AfD here, right? But the establishment politicians never would talk like this. Never. They would never, ever say, oh, let's send all the Syrian people back right now because Assad has been gone for 5 minutes. Never. But because they're competing against the AfD, who does say that also, and they say that now, they are talking this kind of shit. And the fact is, they're the established ones, the feel-good people, the people that are, there for everybody and multicultural and the globalism and yay, Europe should decide everything about everything. They're talking this shit about sending these people back now, and they're doing it because they want to fight the election. It's election season. They want to parade around with their talking point, and they're so focused on winning or retaining power that they don't even realize how ridiculous they sound by making this statement that right now people should be sent back to Syria. That's crazy. Now, there are also a lot of Syrian men in prison here in Germany, right? For crimes they committed. And they're also being paid for by the taxpayer, right? We're also paying for them, okay? And the reason why they couldn't be deported, and in some cases when they've done their time, they're just let out of jail and they're back on the street in Germany because they couldn't be deported into a war zone or a civil war situation which was going on in Syria all these years. And that reason is now gone. There, I think differently. Everybody that committed a crime in this country that I am paying for to house in prison or to just house in general because they might be out of prison, all the people that committed a crime in this country, including the people that were let out after doing their time that should have been deported, were the situation any different than any different? You know what I mean? They gotta go, right? And that will take care of a lot of them. They gotta go, right? And they gotta kick rocks. And okay, the people that are living on the dole on a government check, look, you can't send them just back either. What you could do is say to them, hey, y'all need to get a fucking job. That social credit, that social system, that shit's over. You know what I'm saying? There's no reason to give anybody, not Germans, not Syrians, nobody should just get free money because they don't want to work. That's madness. That can't be the case. So everybody that can work should go to work, but that's a different debate. That's a different talk than the whole thing about sending the Syrians back to Syria. That's nutty, okay? And everybody knows it, and these people should know they sound ridiculous. And the party I support, the AfD, should let this go. You know what I mean? This is not going to be a good look. This is going to be used against you on all sides. It's going to cost you votes, and you guys are just in the good position of gaining more and more traction. So please, shut the fuck up about sending Syrians back right now. That's bananas, okay? It's been 5 minutes. The place is in shambles. These people have nowhere to go once they're there. What do you expect them to do? It's crazy, okay? Now, guys, that's how I feel about the situation. That's the realistic way to look at the situation. Look, criminals and people that should have been deported or people that are here illegally, they should go immediately, right? Because the reason why they were never deported is because of the civil war in Syria. That they've basically overstayed their welcome if they're criminals in the system. They've got to go. I agree with that. But the rest of the people, you can't just boot them out now, and you shouldn't be talking about it in order to win votes, because everybody knows ain't nobody gonna do that, right? No chance. It's not happening. They're not gonna get rounded up and sent back to Syria within the next month or two because of the people trying to win elections talking about it. It's not happening, right? It is just not happening. So don't even fucking talk about it. It looks bad. You okay? It looks bad. It looks stupid. Don't talk about it. Let it go. That's not going to be the winning discussion, all right? It really isn't. All right, guys. That's the Insanity Report for today. If you guys want to get my stuff as soon as it comes out, delivered directly to your inbox, all you got to do is subscribe to the Substack below. You can do it for free. You can do it for $5 a month. Either one is cool with me, although I would really appreciate the $5 a month, for sure. But go ahead and subscribe there. You get all the content, including my articles, delivered directly to your email inbox, which is the easiest way to do it for me and the easiest way for you as well. So go ahead and do that. And if you're watching this somewhere else, go to it'sallaboutlogic.substack.com. That's it'sallaboutlogic.substack.com and subscribe there. All right, guys, peace out. Have a great day. See you tomorrow.